Hey people, this is Demonosophy and Beyond. I am your host and educator of the occult, Greg Bryant, and tonight's subject is about Hecate, goddess of witchcraft and queen of hell. Now, despite the fact that there is proof her worship predates the Greek pantheon, many videos will talk about her form from that point of view. When I first came to her years ago, for a suitable spirit to work with, that three-faced goddess idea is what I used, but it wouldn't really resonate with me. There was a very big gap in time from when I first called upon Hecate to when I'd be reintroduced to her through the Primal Craft current. And that was due to fear brought on by a bad experience. I don't know why, but when I first attempted to invoke Hecate, it felt like my air supply was cut off, and at the last moment when I thought I'd suffocate, I was allowed to breathe. From then on, I respected her power, but wouldn't touch anything having to do with her with a 10-foot pole. Years would pass by, and I would progress spiritually on my own through different means. Then in 2019, I decided to branch out and find a community of practitioners near me in hopes of finding access to better grimoires and new ideas. My spiritual sister-to-be, Iridia Arcanum, was the first person to plant the seed and recommend Mark Allen Smith's book, Queen of Hell, to me. However, I wasn't prepared to put up the cash to buy a book that was over $100 at the time. So, 2020 rolls around, and my taste in grimoires has become more expensive, to the point where I am considering buying Queen of Hell. But I want to research the book first. I started binging interviews of Mark Allen Smith on YouTube and found out that Hecate is the main goddess for that system of magic. Although I was hesitant, I really wanted the book. So I sought her forgiveness for whatever it was I'd done wrong years back. Hecate came to me in 3 visions, probably because at the time I only knew her as the triple goddess. In the first vision, I was standing with the maiden, just talking to her. In the second, I was kneeling before the mother and kissing her pregnant belly. And in the third vision, I was hugging the crone. After those visions, I felt it was okay to work with the goddess. At the time, Queen of Hell was not available anywhere that I had access to. But shortly after, me asking for Hecate's forgiveness, Mark Allen Smith announced a second printing of the book. Another sister of mine gave me a PDF version of the book to work from until I got my book. I went through my initiation using the PDF successfully, but I honestly hate using electronic books while trying to work magic. And I really didn't want to wait for my books to come in. And I knew I'd have to wait for more than a month for the physical copies to actually come in. So I asked Hecate to grant me the opportunity to get the books sooner if she wanted me to start working the magic sooner. Within a 2-day time span, a copy of Queen of Hell became available on eBay to be bid upon. I approached Hecate again and said, if you want me to have this copy, help me win the bid, and I won it. If you ask Hecate for something and she responds favorably, you never have to wait long for results. Every time I ask to know something about her, she'll show me something that night that helps me appreciate an aspect of her personality. Physical manifestations usually happen within 2 days. But before you get gung-ho about asking her for stuff, you should know that she will ask you to make sacrifices, and it will be difficult and painful. And by sacrifices, I'm not talking about setting virgins on fire or sacrificing your kids in a fire. She may ask you to give up certain things that are hard to give up. However, it is for a greater good. One of the great things is that under Hecate's protection, you can work with almost any entity. I used to have problems working with angels, but I recently invoked Raphael with no hitches whatsoever. I invoked a daemon I'd never met before with absolutely no problems. Both granted me instant results. She truly has power in all the realms, from the chthonic to the celestial. So, what is Hecate's personality like? Well, she's told me she is a goddess of 1,000 faces, and she's proven it by showing up in multiple forms. I've seen her take the form of a planet, a galaxy, a giant squid, a 6-armed, fair-skinned woman with jet black hair, a giant black woman with a blurred-out face wearing a red dress, and the triple goddess that she's more known for. For the most part, she's been caring, gentle, but stern, and usually serious. She doesn't really joke with me or anything like that. Her energy is extremely old and feels very, very large. In fact, all-encompassing. She likes nature, wine, roses, and several different incenses. I've done some experimentation, and usually she'll let me know what she likes and doesn't like. But usually when I try a new incense, it's something attributed with the moon. I always do my rituals for her at night, although I'm sure her power isn't restricted by time of day. I usually use whatever color candle I deem appropriate for the ritual and always get results. For example, when I was invoking Raphael, I used a white candle. When I was invoking the daemon, I lit a black candle. Actually, it's a mixture of black and white, but it's mostly black. If you want to step your magic up and make major changes in life, Hecate is the one to seek out, but she will make you earn everything. You will have to do work, and it may be difficult. It may be complicated to get done, but you'll have to do it. Hecate is not for those who are lazy. She's not a one-night stand goddess, nor is she a part-time goddess. Make sure you are ready to upturn your world before taking the leap, guys, because Hecate is the real deal. All right. I will see you next episode. Remember to practice your own magic. Over and out.